Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Choir, I got to give it up. That was beautiful. Huh? Everybody, that was awesome. Loved it. I love the hoppy coats. You look so, summery and light, and it was great. It was wonderful. I loved it. We should sing you guys sing every week? No, okay. They're like, no. Okay. This was kind of a last minute deal with me speaking here today. There's a lot of things going on here at the church. Everybody's very busy. So, I got the call and I said, yeah, sure, I'd love to come speak. And whenever I write, I have to go through this process of clearing out all the jumble that's in my brain. So you have to hear that part first. And that has nothing to do with church or anything. So I was thinking, especially with my younger one, is, like cartoons that we used to watch as kids, those cartoons would have never gotten by today. I mean, the old ones, the good ones, they would have never gotten by. Like, they wouldn't be PC enough or politically correct enough. Like some of the characters, like, like Elmer Fudd, okay? Everybody knows who Elmer Fudd is, but the poor guy, I mean, he's got us vocally challenged, I guess you could say, right? They would never let that go because it's like making fun, right? I mean, he wasn't making fun, but, he's like, he can't pronounce his R's, right? I guess like the Japanese people here, can't. But I mean, he's all like, be very, very quiet, right? I'm looking for wascally wabbit, right? That's what he would do all the time, right? It sounded like Clinton, huh? A little bit. I did not have relations. Well, relations, I guess. Okay, no. And then you have, that wasn't written in there, but, and then you have like another speech, Sylvester the Cat. Who knows what's Sylvester's famous line? What does he say? Everybody? Oh, that's right. Oh, I thought, no, that's Tweety Bird. What does Sylvester say? That's, you guys messed me up, totally. Choir, not as good as I thought. No. But Sylvester's big thing is, right? What is Sylvester the Cat? Suffering succotash, right? I guess it's another S this time, not the R's. He goes, I thought Putty Tat was Tweety, right? Sylvester the Cat, suffering succotash, I can't believe I have to sit here and sing all the songs with the songa, That's Sylvester, right? Not acceptable to make fun of that. And then we have, you guys remember the big foghorn leghorn guy? Yeah, foghorn leghorn, he was kind of cool, but he had a bit of a, what? I'll say what? I'll say what? That guy all the time, right? He kind of sounds like Bernie Mac, huh? I ain't lying to you, America, anyway. And then, when we talk about stutters, the worst one of all, and the one that's featured the most is Porky Pig. Isn't poor guy, he can't say anything, right? So instead of just, embracing him and all that, we just put him at the end of every single cartoon. Remember at the very end when it goes, and at the very end he's, that's all, folks, Remember? That would never be acceptable in today's culture, right? Number one, his name is Porky. People would be upset at that already. He's not Porky, he's big-boned, I'm Big Bone Pig, whatever. All right. Okay, let's begin the talk. Okay, I gotta clear it all out. So, as I said, it's always a great pleasure, and it truly is an honor to be able to share a Dharma message with our wonderful Sangha here. And it's even more fortunate that we have such a wonderful team and crew and people and parents and everybody that works so hard. And especially, we have like Gary Matsumoto in the back who films every single one of these Dharma talks. And that's actually a huge benefit and tool to us because we get to review, our presentations and fix our mistakes, hopefully, But and it's nice because when you watch them on video, you get to hear little comments and stuff too, when we post them online or whatever. And what's funny is, overwhelmingly, people, they say stuff like, oh, we liked your message, but you want to know what's funny? What people like the most? They like Josh Groban. Remember I played the videos a couple weeks ago And we played these inspirational videos, and there was Josh Groban singing in the background. More people complimented about Josh Groban than the actual talk itself. They're like, Josh Groban. You kids know who Josh Groban is? The younger kids? The younger kid? You know, it's, who can say for certain? That guy, the opera guy. But anyway, people love Josh Groban, so I'm thinking we should just have the choir sing like that in the background all the time and sing emotional whenever we talk, and whatever we say will sound great, you know. But again, I went off topic. Okay, the topic of today's Dharma message is this, and it's something that I engage in. I mentioned posting these things online, right? Posting these videos online. Today I wanted to talk about online. I wanted to talk about social media. Social media, you know, the Facebooks, the Twitters, and Instagram, all that stuff, right? You kids are all, I can't even keep up. I'm still on Facebook, you know. I still have a MySpace. No, I'm kidding. But for those of you that are too old or too young to know what I'm talking about, you guys know what Facebook is, right? Everybody knows what it is. What's interesting is that this technology has seemingly taken over the entire planet pretty much, right? I mean, it's become a new way that we actually look at the world. We can see the entire life stories of all of our friends, and we can even see the friends of their friends too, right? I mean, you see everything about everybody, people you don't even know. And we see their entire life through their status updates and their photos and their videos and all their little comments, right? And the information is tremendous, right? There's a tremendous amount of information. And a majority of what you see on these social media sites, a majority of what you see on Facebook and stuff like that, looks wonderful and amazing, doesn't it? Doesn't it always look so great whenever you see it? I mean, social media gives us a platform where we can actually acceptably brag, right? If you walked up to me today and said, oh, I got a new car, I'd be like, whatever, you know? So what? I can get one if I wanted, you know, but if you post it on Facebook, it's like, oh, cool car, awesome, you know, drive with the top down, you know. So it's interesting, right? It gives us kind of this acceptable medium to kind of show off all of our stuff, right? And we wouldn't normally be able to do that in our everyday encounters. And it's interesting because when we see those pictures and those videos, and we look at those people's lives, you know, it makes us kind of wish we could have a bit of that sometimes, huh? When you see all that stuff. And people love to especially post food. Have you noticed that? I don't know. Have you noticed that? And I have some members here who I compliment their food shots. They do very good photos. But anyway, they love to post food, right? And we love our food, whether it's home-cooked food, whether they're at a restaurant, whether they're at a fancy buffet. And when we see the food, what do we want to do? Whenever you see it, you're like, dang, your stomach grumbles, huh? Man, I wish I was at that Las Vegas buffet. You know, you see them and they put all the desserts out on their table, like 12 of them. They're never going to eat them all, you know. And when you see those pictures, you're like, man, I wish I had some of that. I wish I could have some of that food instead of this hamburger helper that I made, you know. Hamburger helper was delicious, actually. But anyway, and the only thing people post more than food has got to be pictures of where they visit or where they go or where they are, so where they go, right? Whether it's just a simple trip to the zoo with the family or they're on a Hawaii vacation, those are the pictures that you also see the most, right? I mean, just over spring break, I mean, there were at least a dozen people in Hawaii, just temple members here, a dozen. Hey, you know who you are. Look at the brown people. All you tan people. Actually, we don't tan, huh? All you pink people, no. But, you know, really, over Facebook, I'm sitting here going, man, who isn't in Hawaii right now? I don't know if anybody else felt that. That's what I felt. I was like, man, who's not in Hawaii? I'm here. But it's interesting because seeing a person's life through Facebook is not always seeing their life as it truly is, right? It's only seeing what they want you to see, because a person has the ability to post only what they want. So, of course, the outside viewer only gets to see the best parts of their life, right? Because after all, on Facebook, you don't post the boring things of your everyday life, right? I mean, you don't post, I'm at Bel Air, you know, or I'm getting an oil change, right? Well, some people do, and I've already blocked those people. Right? Everybody's maybe some people do, but we've already blocked them, so we don't see them. No, but right, that's really not what it's about, right? You don't post a mundane, you know, I woke up today, you know. So you only see the world, you only see their world through their eyes of their Facebook post. You're not seeing their lives as they truly are. You're only seeing what they want you to see. And you're only seeing the most exciting highlights of their life, right? And you don't see the boring stuff, and that's really where real life happens, isn't it? The non-eventful stuff. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I received a message from somebody, a friend of mine, and they know I'm involved here at the temple, and they wrote to me a very heartfelt message, and they said, do you ever feel like you see these people's lives on Facebook and you see them doing all these extraordinary things and wonderful things and living these wonderful lives, and do you ever feel like you're just not up to par, or you're missing out, or you're not doing as much? Do you ever feel that? And I went, wow, that's such a interesting thing to experience and feel, because yeah, of course you feel that. Every day we're not buying a new car. Every decade we're not buying a new car. But every day we're not buying a new car. Every day we're not going to the steak and lobster fine dinner, right? That's not every day. But when you see that stuff, it looks like it's happening to everybody else every day. But no, that's not the case. I'm going to create my own new Facebook. It's going to be mundane book. You can't post anything exciting. You'll get blocked. I'll be like, status update, I brushed my teeth, I made breakfast, you dropped the kids off, Then you'd feel better, at least, right? If you see that, you'd be like, hey, we're all there. But it's hard because all we see are those photos, right? Of these kids getting first place in the Taekwondo tournament, And you're like, man, my kid he didn't even get a medal, And you feel bad sometimes. Everybody else is getting first place. Or you see the kid post their video of their kendama trick, Man, I can't do that, that's amazing. You didn't see the 42 outtakes of him missing the thing and dropping it on the ground. And the mom and dad going, will you knock it off? Knock it off. I'm going to break that kendama. You don't see that part. You only see the highlight, right? You only see the best of the best. And that's why when kids see stuff like that, or not just kids, all of us, we're like, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had a little bit more of that life. And this is why social media has taken such a hold over our lives. It's the essence of human nature. It's our human curiosity to see how others live compared to us. And this is the essence of desire as well. Seeing these images, seeing what we believe to be the reality of other people's lives, and wanting and wishing more for ourselves. All we see is that newly landscaped backyard, the flat screen TV and stuff like that, But as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, we cannot focus just on the photos that we see. When we look at Facebook as Buddhists, we have to imagine all the photos that we don't see. Okay? We have to imagine you taking a photo of when you got the root canal. You don't show that one, right? That's the one you got to see. When you wake up with bed hair, Those are the photos we have to also fill in the blanks with to not create such an illusion. And that is what it means to see things as they truly are, to see life as it truly is, to see the world as it truly is. There are two sides to every coin, right? So, like, if I showed you like there are two sides to everything, right? Here's a pencil, okay? So, when I'm holding this out, I go, look at this, magic, right? No? Ooh, what about the thumb, you say, right? Right. And you're like, and everybody goes, oh, how do you do that? That's magic. You only see one side, the side that I want you to see. There's no tape, right? There's nothing, it's not taped at all, What you don't see is the other side. Because the other side of this trick makes it not so magical, right? When you see the other side, not so magical. Right? And yes, I had this pencil stuck up my sleeve the entire talk. Okay, get that out. Right? But it's interesting, right? That's what it means to see things as they truly are. You only see one side. You got to look at both sides as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists. And I did this for you before, but remember this one, the levitating, have you guys seen this one? Even this one's kind of cool. I can make it levitate. Look, ooh. Doesn't that look neat? Ooh. Yeah, but look. Wow. See? Like this. See, obviously that's how it's done. But doesn't it look neat? Doesn't it look neat when you do it? It's just it looks like it's really, ooh, right? You see? Yeah, it looks good when you see it from over there. But anyway, again, life is not as magical or mystical when you see the other side, right? So I think it's important. It's a very, very important teaching in Buddhism. And you've heard me say that poem, the maple leaf poem. You've heard me share that one with you all the time, right? Showing front, showing back, maple leaves fall. Maple leaf, when it falls from the tree, it doesn't get to show you just one side, its favorable side. It has to flutter in the wind and fall naturally, showing both sides, not getting to choose which side it gets to face forward to you. And that's what it means in Jodo Shinshin Buddhism. We have to see both sides, showing front and showing back. So when you, next time, well, not next time, right after service, when you log on to that Facebook to look at what everybody did over the weekend, let's remember that even though some people had an extraordinary weekend and some people went to Disneyland over the weekend, or they went to Disneyland, and stuff like that, just over a weekend, and you're like, wow, I wish we could do that. Just remember, it's not every day that they're doing that. Some people are, but it's not every day. And we have to remember that we got to look at both sides of the coin. There are more than two sides, okay? Not more than two sides. Well, with that, please join me in closing Gassho. Catching a single glimpse of a person's life may seem so appealing and even bring out a sense of desire and envy. But realizing there's so much more than meets the eye helps us realize to have a clear and complete view. Seeing things as they truly are means looking beyond the surface and deeply looking within. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much, everybody.